Good evening. Welcome to Touch Gloves Boxing. I go by the name of Biyenge, featuring yours truly, Tre. Remember, guys, to like, share, and subscribe when you're ready.
Still rocking to it, yeah? Come on.
Well, just a
Loving
quick
that.
one. I really wanted Liverpool to win yesterday, man.
You wanted Liverpool to win yesterday?
Of course. I mean, I don't support football, but I support the English.
Man, man. I'm happy. Man like Don Carlo got the job done. Fourth title. He's got the 14th for Real Madrid. Big up, man. I love Madrid, man. Obviously, I got my little cuz there, Gilles. I feel sorry for him, man, but he's gonna see better things coming ahead, man. So look, big up, man. But look, cuz man, let's forget about the football. Obviously, I know I've got the United on. Always, everyone knows, win, lose
Mm,
or draw, man's got the United on. I represent, man. But cuz we've had a great, tremendous show yesterday, cuz we've had a big fight yesterday, man. We've
indeed.
had We've had Tank versus Rowley, obviously Davis versus Romero, however you want to sort of put it out there. But we just saw Davis, we saw Tank, deliver a 6 round knockout. Cuz, how we gonna review this fight, man? What's your thoughts about the fight, firstly, cuz?
I remember telling you last week, I said, look, this fight is
Big
going to
up,
end soon. There's no way it's going to go 12 rounds, and there's no way Rowley is going to knock Tank out in round one. I told you that already.
you did say
I
it.
think it was a great game plan. Tank was just playing the game. He was just waiting for Rowley to gas out. Eventually, even if he didn't knock him out in round six, he would have eventually knocked him out in round seven or eight. It was an excellent fight. Credit to Rowley as well. Romero, sorry. He done well. He done well. I mean, look, I've got to give it to him. Like, to be fair, he was kind of technically winning all of the rounds, technically ish,
Mm.
but he got beaten by the better man. And should Tank rematch him? No, not really, because he's got nothing to prove. That was his one shot, one opportunity. Sometimes in life, you got to take things serious.
That's
So
what I'm saying.
round one, I'll give it to Romero. Round two, probably give it to Tank. If I'm honest, probably give it to
Mm.
Tank.
Mm.
But onwards, Romero. But look, he got beaten by the better man. He got beaten by the better man, and the ref done a great job. But wow, that was some left hook. Woo-hoo-hoo.
Cuz, you know what? Before we go into your comments, cuz man, I just wanted to just use this platform to shout out our Boxing Hub. Obviously, man, love for supporting us always and love for the comments and just getting involved in the chats as well. Obviously, iBoxing Hub is saying Rolly wants to fight Tank again. Cuz, you know what? It goes back to what you're saying about, when you have that opportunity, you got to grasp it with both hands, man. You don't get two chances in life, man. And I think for that split second that he zoned out, Tank just obviously took advantage. And cuz, you know what that reminded me of, cuz? Like, look, I'm just gonna keep it 100. In this show, we keep it 100, we give it to people raw. Cuz that knockout reminded me of when Marquez knocked out Pacquiao with that shot, cuz. Do you remember that knockout? With all the memes and stuff like that, cuz? It reminded me of that, man. If it wasn't for the ropes, Rolly's gone. He's out the ring, mate. Cuz it was ruthless, cuz.
No, it's not even that. Sorry, it was the commentator. The commentator said, "I don't think he knows where he is." No, but he got banged so hard, yeah, that when he got up, he didn't know. The ref said to him, "Can you move left?"
Cuz he was gone, man. He was gone. Cuz he was
No, but
gone.
listen, the ref done a good job, man. But do you know what? In fairness, this is what I think, right? The only way Rowley can fight Tank again is if he fights. Me personally, I think he should fight Garcia.
Big up.
If he
You know
beats
what? You know what?
Garcia,
You guys are thinking alike, man. You and I boxing hub. We're saying the same thing. Garcia needs to
no,
go
because
through Rolly to fight Tank. It's
put it
true.
this way, yeah,
Big
because
up,
look,
man. Big up.
I know
Big
Garcia
up.
went through, his own issues, whatnot, but look, he fought I've forgotten his name now. It was for the WBC mandatory spot. Luke
Luke
Campbell,
Campbell. Yeah, Luke
right?
Campbell. Yeah, yeah,
He was supposed to fight David Haney.
yeah.
That was the plan, but he didn't want to fight David Haney.
For some
Then he said he went
reason,
to
yeah,
fight Tank.
yeah.
I'm thinking, okay, but then he didn't get to fight Tank, and now he fought. I don't know who he's fought, but it's just like, does he deserve an opportunity with Tank? Don't get me wrong, I'm not disregarding and saying he's crap or anything. No, he's a good
Mm,
fighter,
yeah,
but I personally think you know, he needs to earn his position.
yeah.
So if anything, because he said to Errol Spence, yeah, I bet you 20 grand that Rolly is gonna beat Tank. Well, what world are you living in? What do you, does he smoke? But come on, like it's ridiculous.
How can you
Personally,
make such a bet, man? Like,
Tank,
cause
Tank, Tank shouldn't even entertain him. If anything, Tank should wait for the winner out of Kambosos and Haney. He should
100.
entertain that. You
Hundred,
know,
hundred. I think it's that time, man, because like you're 100% right. The reason why you're right as well is because the way I see it is Tank for me is the guy that sells tickets. He's Mr. Pay-per-view. He's the global star out of all the fighters in lightweight. So naturally, just because of his value and what he brings to the sport, he has to be up there, man. So if a Ryan Garcia is challenging like a Tank, no man, that's like because I feel like Tank at the moment he has that sort of aura like Mayweather, not in terms of his ability or nothing. I'm saying in a sense where he's the paycheck man, like he's the golden ticket, and I felt that Rolly done well to big up to obviously create the noise to make this fight happen. He made it personal, and then eventually, got the big golden ticket. He got the fight in the end, but obviously didn't win, man. But I do agree with you. I definitely feel that Garcia can't just fight Tank straight away, man. Needs to earn his right, and I think as well it's that time now, cuz man. I think he needs to wait for the winner out of Cambosis Jr. and Haney, cuz man. We need to see a proper undisputed champion now for the lightweight division, man. We need to see a crowning of a king for that division because the division's looking sweet, cuz man. I can't even lie, man. It's looking sweet. Like Tank for me reminds me of a young Mike Tyson, man. The way he's just taken out guys, man, and you just look at his record. You look at what he's done in the sport so far. Yes, you can argue he hasn't got like a lot of names in his sort of CV, but he's just taking out the guys that been put in front of him, man. Even Garcia, for example, he's offered him out twice, man. From what Ellaby's saying, they offered him two lucrative fights twice, and Garcia said no, man. So what can you really do as a fighter
I
when fighters are saying no, bro?
I think it's down to his promotional his promoter Oscar De La Hoya,
Yeah,
because it's just like, if Tank was to fight Ryan Garcia and let's just say he knocks him out, his value is going to go down. So if anything, he's probably trying to protect Ryan, and maybe if it's for a title fight or something, maybe they can run that. I don't know. I mean, these promoters, they're all businessmen, innit? I mean, with Tank, am I right in saying his contract's ended now, or is he gonna resign?
you know what, cuz man, it's been up in the air. I'm not gonna lie, but potentially it might be a situation where Tank does continue to be with Mayweather Promotions. I think I think we were saying off air, and you specifically told me that I think it's a good move for him to, stay with Mayweather Promotions, just do his thing a little bit more, and then, eventually, create these super fights. Like, obviously, big up iBoxing Hub as well, man. Love the comments, love what you're saying. Shakur Stevenson versus Tank. In the future, for me, that's a massive global fight. That's
Mm.
similar sort of level to like a Errol Spence and Crawford. We want to
But
see the
the,
ultimate fights, man.
the only problem is that, remember, Shakur, he's with Top Rank and Tank's with, Showtime, right? They're not going to make that happen yet. Unless Tank, becomes a free agent and then fights Shakur, you know, on Top Rank, then possibly that fight can happen. But I can't see it happening right now. I mean, I think Tank's he's like what 1-2 step away from fighting and for the undisputed titles. So I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
me personally, if I was his advisor, I'll go down that route first and then
yeah, definitely.
entertain
Yeah,
the Shakur Stevenson. But
yeah. So that's the confirmation, man. So Tank already said that he's gonna still stay with Mayweather Promotions, man. So look,
yeah,
I boxing hub big up with the news. Obviously, the show is just about creating some noise and giving the fans the latest news. So obviously, big up. And look, obviously, his comments is saying Shakur schools Tank almost like Mayweather did to Canelo. Whoa.
ooh, I don't
Whoa.
know. I
Whoa.
honestly, I don't know. I don't know.
Whoa.
I don't know. That's a big statement, but
It's a
I don't
big one.
know.
It's a big
I
one.
don't
It's a big one. It's a big
know.
one.
I don't know because nah, I
This is
personally,
young Mike.
yeah,
This is young Mike, like I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not just saying it for the sake of saying it. Like Tank, for me, he just gives off that aura like a young, hungry Mike Tyson. Because look, he's short, he's got small arms, he has to come inside and he's doing the job. Like, do you know what I mean? He's very intelligent. You know what I mean? Mayweather's showed him quite a lot in terms of, you know, no, even look, big up Calvin Ford as well, man. Like, not enough people gives this guy credit, man, because you even said it. There was a few times during the fight where, he was sort of distracted. He was having conversations with his mom, and he was like, "Yeah, yo, like, focus, and you need trainers like this, man, to get you focused, man. And he's been with him since the beginning, man. So look, big up Calvin Ford, man. He obviously does his thing, and I like Tank, man. I like the energy that Tank brings from a commercial standpoint, and also what he's doing in the ring, man, because he's backing up his commercial statements with knockouts, man. Like he just got the job done. He said he was gonna knock out Rolly, and he got the job done, man. So big up, man. Big up Tank, and I hope he gets that undisputed fight, man. I hope he gets that undisputed fight.
it's a big fight. That's a big fight next week. That is a big fight next week.
What you
Like
saying, cuz?
I'm backing for Haney, but Kambosos, he's a serious dude, bro.
Oh,
He's serious.
Cambosis Junior. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I like his story, man. I like what
Mm.
Cambosis stands for. I like what he represents. I like that he's fearless. I like that he loves a scrap. That he showed all of that in abundance against Teofimo Lopez, man. Do you know what I mean? He was the underdog in that fight. No one believed in him, and even like to the build up to the fight as well, him touching the belt, him being in his face, him saying, "Look, man, this is my time." Like sometimes in life, like when you have these opportunities, because Cambosis Junior was in Rolly's situation, like he was the underdog. You got given this opportunity as the mandatory, and he took it with both hands, and he got the job done against the favorite fight on the night. And there was no questions about the result, man. And I believe that Haney, in order for him to win this fight, he's got a lot that's against him. Of course, he hasn't got his trainer. He hasn't got his dad with him. He's in Australia. He's in another country. I'm hearing there's a rematch clause. Cool, man, but he's got a lot against him. He has to dig deep to beat a champion like Cambosis Jr. because he's gonna come to fight. Cause you already know this.
No, I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. But I think Haney is hungry because remember, Kambosos he's pretty much what the A side, isn't it? Because he holds the majority of the belts,
Yeah,
and a lot of people are saying obviously Haney got given that belt. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah,
he's got a lot to prove. And I believe he can get the job done. I think it could probably go 12 round, but I think Yeah, I think he's an intelligent, smart fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a smart fighter. So I don't know. I mean, I'm just excited. Just the simple fact that we're going to be witnessing an undisputed, well, hopefully an undisputed lightweight champion.
Finally, we could
Again,
crown the division, like
yeah, yeah,
the belts that have been sort of lingering for a
yeah.
while.
Mm.
Like we can finally get them to all together, man. But then Tank, do you know what I mean? Tank's holding the WBA belt for the lightweight division, that I believe.
And at the super
I think,
lightweight, though.
but isn't Cambosis holding the super?
Do you know what? I get confused myself, man.
That's what I'm saying, cause there's too. You know what? The WBC. Look, I blame the WBC, man, because they created this franchise championship for Lomachenko at the time, and he it just completely ruined the dynamics of who's champion, who's this and that. It's just a bit crazy, cuz man. But look, man, I just want to quickly run through some of these comments from iBoxing Hub, man. Big up, man. We're absolutely loving the engagement here. He's obviously saying Tank does not throw enough punches to even make it interesting, and he's not catching Shakur Stevenson with a counter punch. Cuz I'm throwing that over in your direction, man. Tank, Shakur Stevenson.
Mm-mm.
What do you think? Because look, Tank for me, cuz just before you answer, Tank for me, he's very technically sound and he's a lot smarter than what people think because he proved that yesterday. Like if
Mm-mm.
he went on the slugfest with Romero yesterday, potentially he could have
Yeah,
got himself knocked out because he's got some heavy hands,
yeah, of
Romero,
course,
man.
yeah,
But
yeah.
he was very intelligent. He caught him at the right time, and for me, you have to have a good boxing brain to deliver that
Of
sort of
course.
knockout, man.
Look, you've said it. You've said it already. Like he's intelligent. He's not stupid. Yeah. So it will be an interesting fight, but I don't know. It will be the fight itself will do numbers, but in terms of Tank, I just think Tank might just have one up, just one up. But look, I don't know until it happens. Do you know what I mean? Until it
Mm,
happens. So
mm.
I can't really comment on that really. But
No,
hey,
definitely. And then second one as well, obviously, iBoxing Hub. I think you and iBoxing Hub, you guys have something in sync, man, because he's obviously saying unanimous decision, Haney, obviously for the undisputed fight. Obviously, I think you're saying Haney wins that
yeah.
fight.
Do you know?
And yeah,
I honestly look. I hope so. I honestly am saying I hope so because I just look at what's his name. There was a fight for the undisputed junior welterweight,
yeah,
and it happened in Scotland.
yeah.
I forgot the guy's name now, and the whole world knows that my man won, but
Talking
because it was
about Josh
undefeated,
Taylor and Jack Catchall.
there you go. Jack actually won it. Everyone saw it, but
Oh,
because it's
that
home
was
advantage, you know, it could
cuz.
happen. And then again, it comes down to the judges, in it. Judges, I don't know what they're watching, but again, so
Cause that was for me. Yeah, you see, back in the days, WWE, we had the Montreal screw job. That was the Glasgow screw job, man, right there. Cause like, we saw it with our eyes. Cause
of course, of course,
Jack Catchall won the fight, man.
of course,
Do you
of
know?
course.
Like it's crazy.
Eddie Hearn even said he wasn't watching the fight until his friend messaged him and said, like, yo, this fight is serious. Like, Jack is winning. He's like, what? Turned it on. Do you know what I mean? So,
Mm,
you know, look, I hope so. Look, I just hope, yeah, you know, the judges are fair. That's if it goes to 12 round. I just hope the judges are fair. But it's a
mm.
part of me, I can see it being a draw.
I hope not, cuz man. I hope not. Draws in boxing is just like it depends, though. No, no. To be fair, it depends. It depends. It depends what type of draw you're talking about. Like the Wilder versus Fury number one, that was a bit of a sort of controversial draw there, man. You know, that
No,
was
I'm talking about a draw where it was actually very, very close. Where
yeah, yeah. You're
both
talking
man
about a
gave it all.
proper
Yeah,
both man gave it their
yeah.
all. It was just the rounds you could it's a toss up. Yeah. I
So
get where you're
like
coming from.
let's just say whoever becomes the undisputed champion and they fight again, and whoever becomes the champion again, are they gonna vacate and move up?
No,
to
man.
welterweight.
I think they need to do one more sort of title defense, man. You know, they gotta have that big show for me, yeah. Whoever wins, they need to face Tank, like, in order for you to be the king of the division. I think, in my opinion, once you become undisputed, you get all the belts. You need to
Mm,
fight the pay-per-view star. You need to have that big fight with Tank, man. Do you know what I mean? Might see it at Brooklyn again because I think Brooklyn is becoming like his second home at the moment, man. Might be there, might be a Madison Square Garden affair, but we have to see the person fight Tank because Tank's holding one of the titles, man. So you've not fully cleared out the division unless someone beats Tank, who's undefeated. Cause like he's the guy right
well,
now.
technically, yes, but then again, once you become undisputed, you don't really have to. I get where you're coming from because obviously Tank's a big global superstar, well, pay per view star,
Mm.
but they don't have to because fighting Tank, it cannot ruin their legacy. But it's just like, you know,
Because it goes back to what we've done previous pods about this. Cause like
mm,
on B-boxing talk we've spoke about this previously. Like, are fighters fighting for legacy or fighters fighting for money? And if you're fighting for legacy, cause especially for a lightweight, surely, like if you whoever wins out of Haney and Kambosos Jr., surely the next fight has to be Tank, man. It has to
no,
be.
I completely get where you're coming from, but majority of fighters sometimes, not all of them, some of them they fight for money because, as you can imagine, boxing is a short term career. You want to make as much as money as you can. Once you retire, you have enough where you can live your life.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
yeah, so it really comes down to the individual. I mean, I believe everyone's goal is to become a world champion,
yeah.
and then from there maybe it's just like, well, I can take this off and just go about my business. But hey, we shall see in it. We shall see because Tank's made it clear. He said, look, he wants a winner. But then again, you got Garcia, saying he wants Tank. Can that happen? Will it happen? I don't know. But it will be interesting though to see Tank and Garcia.
It would be, man. And look, obviously, big up iBoxing Hub again, man. Obviously, he's saying that the risk outweighs the reward. It does, man. But for me, in life, you got to take risks, man. The
Of
risk
course,
takers are the ones that reaps the big rewards, man. You
of
look at
course.
you look at some of the undisputed champions that we've got now. Charlo, for example,
Yeah,
he took a risk to fight Castano again. After the first time, we also questioned like, raw, like, Castano maybe would
yeah.
have won the first one, but he went back into the drawing board, done what he needed to do, had the fight again, took the risk, put his belts up. Because remember, he's putting three of his belts up
Mm-mm.
just for that one belt. And look at the reward in the end, undisputed, legacy. Now he could obviously move up and do his thing. Like obviously, we're not boxers, we're not in a ring, and it's a whole different story. Like commenting on guys that are risking their lives in the ring, man. But we want to see legacy fights, man. We want to see
Of
guys
course.
that for me, I'm not. I don't know about you, cuz man, but I'm the type of person where, like, I really enjoy, seeing these great moments in sports, man. So we can look back at it and be like, look,
Yeah.
I was there. I watched that fight. I
Mm-mm.
saw this guy, change his life and create history and become a legend, man. Do you know what I mean? So I want to see it. Like,
Yeah,
we have to see it for the lightweight
of
division,
course.
man.
I mean, look, we could have potentially, right, had an undisputed heavyweight champion back in 2018 because
Yeah.
after Wilder fought Fury the first time, he was approached by Eddie, to
Yep.
fight AJ twice
Yep.
on the zone,
Yep.
and he
Yep.
declined it. If
Yep.
they had fought then, we could have potentially had an undisputed heavyweight champion of the world.
Easily.
You know what I mean?
Easily.
But hey, you know, sometimes your pride gets in the way, or I don't know. Yeah, but it is what it is. But hey,
Pride, money.
he's coming back.
Who?
He's coming back. Wilder's coming back.
What, you
He's
talking
coming
about the
back.
bronze bombers back?
Yeah, he's coming back. He's
Ah,
coming back.
big up. I've been
Listen,
waiting. I've been
not gonna
waiting for him
lie.
to come back.
Not gonna lie. I missed the knockouts, bro. I
Ah,
missed them knockouts.
I miss. Cause what's your favorite Wilder knockout, man? Since we're talking
Oh
about Wilder,
man.
man.
Do you
What's
know
your
what?
favorite knockout, man, of his,
It was
man?
Dominique Brazil.
Oh, it has to be. It has to be. What did
Listen,
he say to him previously in the post in the pre conference before the fight?
I can't remember.
He said
I
something like,
think,
I'm gonna he took it far, man. So it's like, I'm
yeah,
gonna
yeah. But,
murder you," or just took
look,
it far,
the
man.
thing
But
is,
he
yeah,
was like,
one thing I could say about Wilder, yeah, he backs his talk when it
he
comes to
does,
boxing.
yeah.
He's made it clear. He said, "Look, you could be perfect for the whole 12 rounds. You could be perfect. I just need a second.
In the second, then it's
Then it's
night night, baby,
night, night.
night night, baby.
Listen, listen. I honestly do think him coming back, he's a dangerous threat. He's a
Cause
dangerous threat.
he's of course he's a dangerous threat, man.
Mm,
Like Wilder, especially him coming back with Malik Scott, man. Because after that last fight with Fury, the adjustments and the changes that he made, like if he just adds his, killer instinct, which he always has, plus
mm,
the boxing IQ of what Malik's showing him, cause he's
mm.
gonna be a very dangerous heavyweight because he's gonna
But
be yeah, gone.
in that fight, he came too heavy. Was what? Was he what? 17 stone.
Yeah, he was way too heavy, man.
Yeah, it was way too heavy. I
Way
think
too
he should
heavy.
come back to his natural size. Is it 15
Like,
stone? Yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah,
once
yeah.
he's on that level there, yeah, then boy,
Because he's
it's
got power. He doesn't even need to put on the weight. Like he's anointed. Like he's said it a few times. His grandma or whoever he said that he's been anointed, yeah, with this sort of power. And you look at his record, and you look at what he's done, especially even in the Fury fights. Because Fury is just an abnormal. He's not a normal human being, man. Cause like that last knockout from the first fight,
mm,
cause this was like Undertaker in real life, but like.
mm.
I've never seen such a thing in my life, man. Like he got up from being knocked out clean, cuz. You see him celebrating, cut the throat, everything was done, cuz.
It'll be interesting to see who he will be fighting next. I think they should just throw him in the deep end. He should fight Andy
Andy
Ruiz
Reese.
or even Joseph Parker or
Come
even
on.
Joe Joyce
But
or Dylan.
cuz, yeah, cuz I wanna see
Just
it.
throw him.
I wanna see it. And look, he even obviously said a little comment the other day after a little big up as well that my guy has a statue in his hometown built for what he's done in the ring. Like, big up, man. Like, not everyone's got a statue in their hometown, man. So the fact that his people have appreciated what he's done in the ring just shows you how much of a legend this guy is, man. And I just hope that if he's ever listening to this, or if Malik's listening to this, come on. Like, we can't wait to see you both back in the ring. Like the chemistry, what them two have, I think they can do big things, man. And he can become a two-time champion again, in my opinion.
It's gonna be
Yeah,
crazy.
man, it's gonna be crazy. Look, even iBoxing Hub saying it as well. Wilder's right hand is a nuclear bomb. Like it's crazy.
Do, do you know what? Do you know what? The fight I would honestly like Wilder to see, yeah, is to fight him and Daniel Dubois.
Oh, oh,
That's a
oh.
fight.
What in the States? It would have to because he's fighting Brian in the States, isn't it?
Yeah. For the is it a regular WBA belt?
Yeah, man. It's that title that's like underneath the rug, man. It's the them ones, man. Like, look, we want to see this, man. I'm not gonna lie. iBoxing Hub, we love the comments. Like, big
Mm,
up Wilder versus White
peaceful
would
fight.
be
Do you know what?
absolutely
If
tremendous.
that
Like,
fight happens, he has to come here, man.
he
There's
has
no
to come
point.
in, man.
There's
Like,
no
there's
point
no
White going to America. He has to
Yeah,
come here.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't want to see White in America. I want, cause like,
O2 Arena.
yeah, I was about to say we
O2
need to have
Arena.
at your ground, your place,
Brown on white. O2 Arena.
ambassador. Yeah, man, it used to happen.
Listen,
Like,
the build up will be crazy.
woo, that would be a
It'll be
build. It would be
crazy.
crazy.
Because I
It
know
would be
already, yeah,
crazy.
Wilder, he'll go into his acting mode. Hollywood, he'll be like, you're in trouble. I'm telling you, you're in trouble. He'll say,
Man,
look at my eyes, you're in trouble.
to this day, to this day.
No, I have honestly, I have missed him though, man. I have
I've
missed him,
missed
but
him. He's
you
just
know,
energy, cuz like
yeah,
it's not
yeah,
even just like what he's obviously what he does in the ring, the knockouts and stuff like that. But he's a character, man. Like he
mm,
brings something different. Like obviously, cuz we grew up watching WWE, man. We saw different characters: Stone Cold, The Rock, Hulk
mm,
Hogan, Ric Flair. We've seen these
mm,
characters, and Wilder, his character, I could see him in the WWE one day, man. In terms of
mm.
like his mic skills, like his character, like cuz like we've missed him. We've missed him, and hopefully he comes back. And I've said it a few times, man. If he comes back, I need to see that entrance he did against Ortiz, number 2. That was just like it felt like I was watching the
Well,
Undertaker come back into the ring or something, cuz that's what I want to see, man.
oh god,
Yeah, man.
yeah, it's that time.
It's that time, man. It's that time.
Yeah.
Cuz, man, obviously, we're coming up to the end of the show. Obviously, we just want to big up our viewers, big up the comments. Boxing Hub, big up as well. He's obviously saying that's if White turns up. He's obviously
No,
talking about
I believe it will.
the
I
White
believe it will.
Wilder fight.
I believe it will because them two is like it's legitimate beef in it. So I think he will turn up
Yeah,
and
personally,
for it to be at Ota Arena at his backyard, like, boy, it's going to be explosive.
that would
Yeah,
be
it's going to be
explosive.
explosive.
It would be. It would be. And it'll be something great as well, man. And who knows, man? If that fight happens, we need to be there at the O2 so we can give, the fans who are there, we need to get a live vlog, man, of what their reaction is as well, man. We need to
It's
create that noise
the
and
maddest thing.
yeah,
Him and
do that.
AJ will be even bigger in Wembley Arena. So
Cause,
it'll be
cause
crazy. It will be
I,
crazy.
as
Literally.
we've said, like we need to, like for me, I need to see AJ Wilder. I need that fight in Nigeria, man. I need to see the Rumble in the Jungle too, and I've said it a few times on the show. I need to see Kid. I need to see Burner Boy. Bring out the fighters, man. I need to see some energy, cuz that. I need to see that. So if Eddie Hearn's watching one day, there's money in Africa. There's money in Nigeria. They speak English, so there's no issues with no commercial barriers here. Like it can happen. Like
Mm,
fights can happen in Africa. The fact that we've had Rumble in the Jungle one, like in Zaire, our home country, if we've been able to help hold such a big event like that, we can
mm.
do a Rumble in the Jungle too in Nigeria, man. Yes, we can.
100%. 100. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. But obviously, we're coming up to the end of the show anyway, cuz big up our viewers, big up our subscribers. If you haven't, like and subscribe and press the bell on our channel as well so you get notifications on when we go live. Cuz obviously, you're Mr. Sports Entertainment, you're the boxing man. Like, cuz, how are you gonna end this, man? How are you
Well,
gonna end the
first of all,
show?
I just want to say, next week it's going to be interesting because, it's a long 2 days bank holiday, long weekend.
Ooh,
Secondly, just tune in. We're here every Sundays at 7:30, and may the best man win on Sunday. I believe will be David Haney. And just remember, like Trey said, like, share, subscribe. Have a productive week, and we shall speak again. See ya.
yes, big up, man, big up.